What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Bosses Start Somewhere. I'm your host, Reilly Stith, and I am so excited. But before we jump into it, I need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel now. That way, you can stay up to date on all things Bosses Start Somewhere. So let's get into it. I'm so excited because I've actually never interviewed an athlete before on the show, let alone from the NBA. So please help me give a warm welcome to Jahmir Young from the Miami Heat. Jahmir, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited, for the interview.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is truly an honor. I mean, I'm just excited to get into your story. So let's just jump right in. Where does
Yeah.
your story begin? So, where are you from, and what really sparked your love for the game?
Yeah, so I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland. Grew up in Upper Marlboro. It's kind of where a lot of basketball players are from. And it started when I was young, with my grandparents, even uncles playing the game and just introducing me to the game, and I fell in love with it at an early age, and I just ran with it. So, for me,
Wow.
it was just a lot of work and a lot of time put into it, and it's starting to pay off.
Wow. Wow. Would you say, like, who is your favorite athlete growing up?
Uh, Growing up, I like Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
My favorite player is Damian Lillard, and
Amazing.
currently, I would say Jalen Brunson. We have similar.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Brenton. Come on, Knicks. I know a little bit. I know a little something. That's crazy though, because you play for the Heat and Dwayne Wade. I mean, that's got to be surreal,
yeah,
right? I mean, dream come true.
yeah. I mean, I never would have thought, but life is crazy. So for me, I'm just blessed and just grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. How did your family support you or play a part in your journey?
They were super important, whether that was traveling to my games, every home game in college. I was at UNC Charlotte for 3 years, and then I
Okay.
was able to play 2 years at the University of Maryland back home. So they was able to come to every game and support me. So to just see them in the stands and see them there and just supporting me just made me go harder.
Yeah, no, that's so crazy. What would you say is the first real obstacle you had to fight making your way to the top, through college, through high school, and just before you even got to this journey? What was that? What was the main obstacle you really had to face?
Yeah, so I'm glad it came pretty early, honestly. In
Mm,
AAU. I would say 15 years old to 17 years old. I wasn't one of the best players on my AU travel team. So for me, um, just processing that, being on the bench, knowing that I had to work on all levels of my game in order for me to get college looks. Because guys on my team were getting college looks and wasn't really getting those high major looks right away. And I was kind of a late bloomer. So for me, it started early, and I had to learn that it's a business,
yeah.
and feelings aren't involved. So for me, just working hard, keeping my head down,
Mm.
and really just putting myself out there and believing in myself.
That's got to be crazy because, to stay motivated, right? Like if you're
Yeah.
benched, how do you stay motivated when you're watching, your teammates out on the court? How do you fuel yourself to say, you know what, that's going to be me. I'm going to do it. I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, just being mentally tough. Just I honestly hit that wall a couple times, just wanting to maybe quit or go to another team. But my mom always taught me to start what you finish. So for me, just sticking with it, sticking with the same team, and you become who you're around. So for me, I'm just competing in practice and putting my best foot forward.
I love that. You become who you're around. I was raised like that. Environment is who you become. So I love that. And go mama. Okay.
Yeah.
Mamas know we know best. We know best. Um, when did you realize you could go further than people expected you, right? Because if you're benched, right, they
Yeah.
probably had, you have those naysayers that are like, oh, he's never gonna do this or not gonna do that. So when did you realize you could go further?
Um, I would say actually came in like in college, honestly.
Okay.
Freshman year, I won freshman of the week, 8 times, and I was able to win freshman of the year in my conference.
Oh.
Something that I, never thought I'd be able to do. And that really got put the confidence in myself. Um,
Wow.
and I just took off from there. I had a great sophomore season and junior season in Charlotte, where I was first team both years.
Okay.
And that put me, on the map for these high major schools like of Maryland, or like a what's another school, like a Miami or a UConn, schools that I was picking from to finish, my degree at in my final 2 years of eligibility. So I would say definitely in college after I won that freshman of the year.
Wow. Wow. What's the moment that you were closest to giving up, if ever?
Um, yeah, I would say in high school. In high
Okay.
school, um, I started at St. Mary's Reich in my freshman and sophomore year. It's a smaller school.
Wow.
Um, but that coach really believed in me. I was able to get the reps in game, and develop my game. So, yeah, and then that AAU period, 15 through 17, where I wasn't playing as much and I was still traveling all over. My mom was paying for hotels and all types of stuff, and just for me to sit on the bench and yeah, that really was a step in my career where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing this, or maybe this isn't the level that I deserve to be at. But God had a different plan for me, and I was just a late bloomer. Um, and I just stuck with it.
Amen. Amen. I love God had a different plan because I'm such a believer and through God all things are possible. So I
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
What part of your game took the longest to master?
Um,
Meaning like your skill set, like
yeah,
what did you find was the longest or the most challenging thing to master? Was it dribbling? Was it shoot? Listen, I don't play ball. Okay.
yeah.
I don't play ball. So I'm just throwing it out there. But would it be like dribbling, shooting, like defense? Like what I love the game. Don't get me wrong, but what would it be for you?
So I mean, I always can improve any part of my game, whether that's dribbling, shooting, passing. But I would say, just at my position, being a point guard, it would be
Okay.
just managing the game, knowing when to get my
Mm,
guys involved, get my teammates involved, or take my own shot. Being able to realize time and score. And I'm only 6 foot, so I'm probably the smallest guy on the court. So for me, just
okay.
being able to trick defenders, and really just manage the game. I would say that probably took the longest, whether that's going through film with coaches, or actually just playing and getting those game reps.
Wow, I love that. I always wonder what does a day in the life of an NBA player look like? I mean, scheduling you're like, I got a game tomorrow. You guys are so busy. So like
Yeah.
give me a little brief of what a day in the life looks like from practice to what time you wake up. Like what does it look like?
So it depends on who you're playing, or it depends on how many days in between games. So
Okay.
yesterday, we have a game tonight actually against the Knicks. So,
Oh,
but
I
yesterday
should
we
know
had
that.
practice. We had practice. I was in the gym from maybe 9 to 1, maybe, but that includes treatment.
Okay.
Um, that includes the weight room. That includes extra shots after practice. That includes film. So, you knock everything out kind of earlier in the day.
Okay.
And then you can rest, get treatment after, and if maybe you have energy to get more shots up later in the day, you can come back. You always have gym access, so that's great. But for a game day, you're really just trying to stay off your feet. You'll have shoot around in the morning,
Okay.
basically just a walkthrough, go over the other team's plays and your scheme of how you're going to win the game. And
Okay.
then you get like a block, like a 3, 4 hour block where you just relax, chill, get your mind right.
Yeah.
Most guys have a routine. And then you come to the arena and you get ready to go. You come a couple hours before the game.
Love
Um,
it.
you eat, you stretch, just little things, listen to music, and you go out there and you really just have fun.
I love it. I'm a music lover. I'm also a DJ. So I'm just
Yeah.
curious, who's your go-to artist or what is your like go-to playlist to prepare for a game?
Yeah, so I listen to a lot of different music. I love music. It's a way. It's definitely in my routine. Gets me pumped up. Excuse me, but I would say my favorite artist is Easy. He's actually from
Yes.
New York. Davey,
Yes.
Davies, he dropped an album recently.
Oh yeah, we
And
love Dave.
yeah, so I listen to him um before games, before practices, just to get my mind right.
I love it. I love it. So let's just jump into a little bit more of the NBA a little bit. So your first week with the Miami Heat, what hit you immediately about their standard? That's like one of my main questions. So did they have like a standard for you? Like what hit you where you were like, okay, this is a lot, or
Yeah.
how am I going to get this done? What would you say that one thing was?
I would say it was easier to tell the difference because I've been with a couple teams. So I've been with
Got you.
Denver, I've been with Chicago, and now I'm with the Heat. So I would say just the whole culture,
Mm,
just their expectations. Every team meeting you have to wear Heat gear. In
mm,
training camp we actually would sit down and write down um our keys to our defense, our keys to our offense this season. Like it
wow.
was a classroom. So for me that was different.
Wow.
And yeah, everybody's always on time, everybody's sharp. Um, and that's what they expect of you. No matter if you're scoring 30 points, no matter if you're the last one on the bench. So they hold
Yeah.
everybody accountable. Um, and, Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. He breaks it down. He makes it easy for his players to understand his concepts and what he's looking for. So um, it was kind of I feel like that's the type of program that I need,
Hmm.
organization that I need, and
Hmm.
it's going to help me strive.
Oh yeah. Listen, you're just getting started. So I'm so
Yes.
excited to follow your journey. Um, what part of your mindset or
Mhm.
game are you most proud of right now? Evolving from high school to college. I'm sure you played street ball, right? So, like, what part of your mindset are you proud to say, you know what, I've grown to think this way?
Um, that I'm just like anybody else, no matter how tall I am or how long it took me to get here. That I'm here and I'm just as good as anybody else on the floor. So for me, just believing in myself and having that confidence is really just something that I try to pride myself on and just being mentally tough at all times.
You know what? You are so seasoned. What are you, 25? I think I read.
25 years.
I mean, can we talk about it? 25 seasoned. Got these. Listen, and these questions were not sent to him prior. So let me just tell you, this conversation is organic and real. And I love to see it. Clock
Yeah, no,
it.
this
I
is
love to
real.
see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I love it. Jahmir, this is so crazy. So are you based? I'm assuming you guys have to be based in Miami, correct?
Yeah, so I'm in Miami right now. I'm on a
Okay.
2-year contract though, so
Okay.
I played with their G League team as well. And I was with their G League team this past week. Just really just getting game reps because in Miami, right now I'm at the end of the bench, honestly. So
Okay.
for me, just making sure that I'm staying in shape, getting game reps and seeing both teams. So I mean, it's a busy schedule, but I'm
You got
blessed to
it.
be here. Yeah,
Yeah, you got it. Now, okay, for those of us like myself who don't know what the end of the bench is, can
yeah.
you tell us if you can? I don't know what your contract stage, but can you kind of explain the two-way? Like, does that mean
Mhm.
if a starting player gets hurt, you automatically jump in? I mean, that's got to be a lot of pressure for you if that is the
Yeah.
case. So, can you go into a little bit about that for us, especially those aspiring NBA players?
Yeah, so you're basically playing for two teams. You're playing with
Okay,
their G League team, and then you're playing with the real team. So
got you.
yeah, so it basically depends on who's available. It's 82 games in the season, so some guys sit out some games, or maybe somebody gets hurt. So just always being ready to go from maybe the G League. You might play a G League game that night and have to fly into Miami the next day and play a game. So it's really
Insane.
just you have to take care of your body. You have to get enough rest, hydrate, eat the right things, and um, just be prepared for anything. It's maybe three, 1,000 people at a G League game, and then
Wow.
and then the next day you're in front of thousands. So you just have to mentally prepare for that, and you got to be ready to play no matter the situation. So just always being ready is mainly what you have to do as a two-way.
Wow. You are truly a boss who started somewhere. I'm going to ask you one last question as
Yeah.
a final takeaway because I know, listen, y'all, he's busy. Okay. He's got games and practices to get to. So we can't keep him too long. But my final takeaway question for you is for anyone watching who feels overlooked or ready to give up on their dream, what's one truth your journey taught you that you want them to hold on to today?
Yeah, one truth I would say is that your journey isn't anybody else's. Your journey is yours. Everybody's timing is different. So don't look at your neighbor and get discouraged or, say that you're not good enough, because you are good enough. God created you special and he will make a way for you if you put the time and effort in.
Yes. Wow. Jameer. You're incredible. I'm super proud of you. It's really a beautiful thing to see, young a young athlete going after their dream already in the NBA, third team already. I mean, honestly, thank you so much for your time and for just sharing your journey with us because I'm sure there are a lot of young aspiring NBA players and basketball players and athletes and people in general who, want to go after a dream and
Yeah.
the journey is long. So I really, really appreciate your time. It's such an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you having me. I've been waiting for this interview. So
Yay.
I was just super excited and I'm just grateful you was able to get me on.
Absolutely. Honestly, yes. I'm so excited. So, we'll be dropping this episode soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Bosses Start Somewhere. Thank you, Jahmir Young, again for joining me. I can't wait to have you back on the show for a
Always.
Where Are You Now in the future. And I look forward to having you on. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.